FHA loans are the #2 loan product out there, just behind conventional mortgages. So let's take a few minutes and dig into FHA loans a little bit. FHA, also known as the Federal Housing Administration, created a loan program that says if the borrower forecloses or defaults on their mortgage, that the federal government will reimburse the mortgage lender for losses that they incur. This program was established so that more Americans could qualify for a home loan who weren't able to qualify before. FHA is extremely liberal in their qualification standards. Typically, you need a credit score of at least 580 to take advantage of an FHA loan, but you can go as low as 500 in some cases, provided the borrower has a 10% down payment to make. If you revert to the minimum 3.5% down payment, you're gonna need at least a 580 credit score to be eligible. There are several advantages to FHA loans. First, it's a low down payment option. FHA only requires a 3.5% down payment to be made. This is why it's a really good option for a lot of first-time home buyers, but you do not need to be a first-time home buyer to use an FHA loan. FHA is also really flexible on debt ratio requirements. So like on a conventional loan, they cap the debt ratio out at 50%, meaning your total housing expense plus all other debts cannot exceed 50% of your gross monthly income. However, FHA allows for you to go all the way up to 57% on the debt ratio. FHA loans can be ideal for first-time home buyers who don't have a large down payment saved up. It's a good option for those who have less than perfect credit, and it's a really good option if you're looking to buy a multifamily home with a low down payment. If you were to buy, say, a duplex, a 2-family home using conventional financing, they would require a 15% down payment on that, whereas if you take advantage of an FHA loan, you can still go as low as a 3.5% down payment, even on a multifamily home. So a 2, 3, or 4 unit house would be eligible for the low 3.5% down payment. So savvy home buyers who are highly qualified will often take advantage of the FHA loan if they're buying a 2, 3, or 4 family residence and they want to leverage their cash on hand and they don't want to make a 15% down payment. And oh, by the way, it's possible to offset part of your mortgage to improve your debt ratio by considering potential rental income from those other units. One common knock that I hear a lot from home sellers and real estate agents regarding FHA loans is that it's a difficult appraisal process. They're extremely strict on the condition of the property, and the values tend to come in lower. There's a grain of truth to this as it relates to strict on the property requirements, but it's nothing over the top. FHA requires the house to be safe and habitable, so if the appraiser sees any blatant safety issues, those are going to need to be corrected before you can close on the loan. A conventional appraiser is also going to point out safety issues, but in a lot of cases you can still close the loan without those being addressed. But FHA, those have to be fixed prior to closing. And safety issues are going to include things like peeling paint on a house built prior to 1976, broken handrails on stairs, broken windows, tripping hazards, things of that nature. If the house is decently maintained, a seller really should have no reservations about accepting an FHA offer. As far as appraised value goes, FHA appraisers use the same comps and the same adjustments as conventional appraisers, or any appraiser for that matter. So all else equal, the values are not going to come in low or be any different as opposed to any other loan product or type of appraisal. So the advantages for FHA loans is that more people can qualify, they have looser debt to income ratio requirements, looser credit score requirements, and guidelines that are favorable for people who don't have perfect financial profiles. It's also a really good option for people looking to buy multifamily residences. Of course, like anything else in life, there are also disadvantages to using an FHA loan. Probably the biggest disadvantage is the cost of mortgage insurance. Not only do you pay an upfront mortgage insurance premium, which gets rolled into the loan amount up front, but you also pay it on a monthly basis. That upfront premium costs 1.75% of the loan amount. So if you're taking out an FHA loan for $200,000, you're going to be charged a 1.75% upfront mortgage insurance premium. And on that $200,000 loan, that comes out to be $3,500. So you would actually borrow $203,500 to account for that. And if you're putting less than 10% down on an FHA loan, you are going to pay mortgage insurance for the entire life of the loan. No matter how much equity you've accumulated in the house, you're always going to have to pay that mortgage insurance until you pay the loan off, sell, or refinance. In a lot of cases, if your credit score is below 680, even with this mortgage insurance, a lot of times FHA is going to be more favorable than conventional, because conventional interest rates and mortgage insurance rates are sensitive to credit score. So once you hit that 680 mark, that's really the litmus test. So like if you're less than 680, I'm probably going to say FHA is going to be the most cost-effective option for you. If you're between 680 and 700, it could really go either way. And if you're over 700, conventional financing is going to be the most economical way to go. But that's not the case for everybody. You have to examine each individual as an individual, because nobody is the same. Everybody's situation is different, and what might be right for one person may be wrong for the next. So it's up to a good mortgage professional to look at your complete picture, consider your financial needs, wants, and goals, and make recommendations based on that. As always, if you have any questions about FHA mortgages or anything at all, reach out to me. I am never too busy to take your call or to answer questions.